Shalom Akim. I got this picture of a flyer. Want to call this the signs before the Son of Man, because a lot of people still don't know the signs to look for. But obviously, is we got a famine going on. People don't even know about it. Sign says, due to a labor strike at Cisco Denver, our food distributor, we are out of several products and are serving a limited menu. We apologize for any inconvenience. Smash burger. And obviously, right below that, everywhere you go, it's like they eat pork everywhere, man. They eat shrimp, lobster, crab, everywhere, man. It's people, man. Once you wake up to this truth and you try doing things the correct way, you notice how much garbage this people eat. And I want to get into Matthew chapter 14. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him, for they saw him in the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left there any stone upon another, there shall not be thrown dash shalakia. Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left there one stone upon another, there shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of the coming of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars, rumours of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Let me read that again. Verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. They shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. See that? Tells you right there what's going to happen. Who's going to be delivered to be afflicted? Huh? So-called Jakes, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, And if you don't know, you need to wake up by now. Stop going out every Friday night, getting drunk, getting high. Have a spiritual mind. Verse 10, and there shall be many, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When ye therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whereso readeth, let him understand. Well, let's go into Daniel chapter 9. That way we can understand what's going on, because that tells us exactly what's happening as well. I mean, it's part of it. You know, that verse right there alone was taken out of Daniel. Shalakia. Okay, this is Daniel. Chapter 9, verse 27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice of the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abomination he shall make it desolate, even until the consumption of the determined shall be poured upon the desolate. Or with the abomination, armies. So, you know, and it's talking about the war as well. Verse 26, if you read in Daniel, you got to understand what's going on as well. You know, verse 26, and after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. Going back into verse 16 of Daniel, or St. Matthew 24:16, chapter 24, verse 16. Then let them which be in Jerusalem flee into the mountains. Let him which is in the housetop not come down to take anything of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back into his Shalakia. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suckle in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in winter, because it's always fucking cold. You're going to have to build fires. You're going to have to learn how to survive out there if it's in the winter time. Neither on the Sabbath day. See, that just goes back to what I say. Why? Because you're going to have to build fires. You're going to have to work. You know, and if you know you're not in captivity no more, or you're at the end of times and all chaos is going out, you know you could just not have to work. You're not going to be going out into the cities that you're going to try to flee. So what should you be doing? You should be resting. So he tells us, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be a great tribulation, such as was not seen Shalakia, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay, so when he's talking about, letting nobody return or go back to their house, or anybody go and try to get close, he's what is he referring to as well? He's referring to as Lot's wife. um Genesis, it's chapter 19. It says, he told him not the angel told him not to look back. And what did Lot's wife do? It says, uh 19, verse 25, and verse 24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the city and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So even then, he's telling us, just take off. He's gonna put in our minds where to go, where we're gonna be, where we need to be. He's always gonna make that decision for us. He's gonna put it in our minds where to go, whether we escape their affliction or not. You know, if we're meant to die in the hands of our enemies, we're gonna die. If we're meant to escape it, we're meant to escape that, but we're still gonna suffer. Everybody's still gonna suffer. Let's go back into Matthew 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And it says, let me read that again. Verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. So understand that. It doesn't matter what happens, no flesh is going to be saved. Because once we go into the kingdom, our flesh is not going into the kingdom. Our flesh is corruptible. Verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not, for there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that, if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So everybody's going to see him. There's not going to be a doubt in our minds that that's him. He told us, keep looking for those signs. With that, I want to end this quick little lesson and continue looking for the signs. Continue being the watchman. Continue being on top of that tower. Continue doing your work. Why? Matthew chapter 24, verse 46. Blessed is he, Shalakia, blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find him doing what? Doing his work. Not the slugger, not the wine bibbler, not the adulteress, not the homosexual. He said, blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verse 47, verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all goods, but and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayed his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of the servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not whereof, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and garnishing of teeth. So stay on your Q's and P's, as they say. But with that, like I said, I'm still learning. I still got to get into this even deeper, and not too deep. What I mean by that, I need to continue reading. I need to continue being edified. I need to edify those. I can't just read the Bible. I cannot just learn and not teach as well. Anybody I'm teaching is those that are coming under me. I'm not teaching the elders. I'm not teaching anybody that's been here longer than myself. All right? There's a structure, there's an order. But with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh being the name of our Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai being the name of the Son of our Heavenly Father. Whether you want to believe it or not, or whether you can receive it or not. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who have continued to teach us this truth, who have continued to put in the work to continue to teach us this truth. Salutations to all the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this earth who as well are pushing this truth in sincerity. With that, Shalom Akim, keep pushing forward. Hold steady, continue to just grind things out and hold fast. Hearken unto the Lord and his statutes, laws, and commandments, and keep everything to the best of your ability. Do what you can to the best of your ability. Where anything you fall short, unwillingly falling short of things, that's when we're under grace. Shalom.